Hello, hello, Guardians. I am Ransom Rider playing my favorite game, Destiny 2. No, it's not Pals. I know what you're thinking.
It's
You've
Pal
been
World.
playing
We
Pals,
know.
Ransom. You've abandoned Destiny. No, that's not it at all. I just abandoned Destiny for a couple of hours because I had to make my way through what is known as Pal World, a wonderland of beautifully colored and majestic little monsters that still have the power to take you out and put you in a to go box with a nail in the lid. Pals, I liked it. Check out those videos. I've had 2 sessions in Pals, and I need 500 sessions, and one day I will rise up through the ranks of Pals and be a Pals god. Today, I'm inside of Destiny. Hello,
Gotta
hello,
stick
Vol.
around.
Thank you so much for that, buddy. Thank you, thank you.
How we work.
Now I'm live. If you're watching this past the live stream, leave a comment, a like, join me. Because, Guardians, I'm going to tell you why. Here's because why.
Tell me why.
The
Tell
journey
me
is so much
why.
better when you hang out with friends. Now, my friends have abandoned me today, and they are playing over in Pals just behind the screens. If you could look, you would see that they're playing Pals. And they are in chat with me, so here's wishing that their journey in Pals comes to fruition. Word of the day, fruition. Tectonic, it's good to see you, buddy. Hello, hello. Now, I want to go in and I want to find the lost sector because I was thinking yesterday, right? Here's what I was thinking yesterday. I did lost sectors, but did I really do a lost sector with weapons that I love? Well, halfway, sort of. 10 of this and 15 of another. Okay, I've not done Perdition in a while. Let's head into Perdition. Threat is Arc. It's Barrier and Overload. And let's just immediately start out with one that I know is going to be good. Barrier, of course, Wishender. Wishender knocks their socks off. And Barrier and Overload is an auto rifle. And of course, here I am. Overload. I reset this, and I feel like I need to go back to Pulse Rifle. But I don't even have a good Pulse Rifle on me. I don't have, a good secondary energy auto rifle. So I must make haste to the tower. And perhaps, Guardians, I'll bump into you at the tower. I enjoy bumping into friends. Q, hello, hello. It's good to see you, Q. How goes it? Now, Q, are you playing PAL World as well as everybody else across the whole globe? Everybody's jumped headfirst into PALs. Are you playing it? Tectonic, you're not home yet. Tectonic, do you ride a bus? Do you have someone that picks you up? Do you walk home? How do you get home? I used to, for a couple of years, I just walked home. I grew up very close to the school. And we had one school. Remember, I went to school with 70 people. So I just walked down the road and went to school. Q, you're playing Elden Ring with a friend. Friends make it all better. Guardians, I'm having a cup of coffee and my big old stainless steel double-walled cup. This keeps my cup of coffee like hot for 5 minutes longer than if I just had it in a glass or ceramic cup. But I feel like I need a big old 40-ounce coffee cup. I can just sip on it all day long. But I like green tea, and green tea, supposed to be good for you. That's what they tell me. I'm certainly not a doctor or a nutritionist or anybody else that would be qualified to know what tea is good for you. But I am told green tea is good for you. I drink green tea. But I've also read articles that say coffee, 2 cups a day, that does a body good. Now, I'm running over here to Banshee, and I'm going to say this out loud for all of my teammates to hear. It feels good to be in Destiny, and I hope you feel good being in here with me. Jump on this ship and take a ride. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. All right, now, additional bounties. Yes, grab them all. I got to get them all. And what ship are you going to take a ride on? Let's take a look. This is the Bipectinate Craft, also known as Moth. And I've got this really cute color shader on it, the Luminous Void. It's shiny. It's enticing. I'm going to fly into the sun and love it. I'm a moth. Will I survive? Yeah, technology has come that far. I can fly right through. Now, if we couldn't survive it, we'd just shove the witness off into the sun and say, bye, bye. But we think they have really progressed to the point where they survive. They can survive it. And that's a shame, but it gives us opportunities. Some would say it's a horrible, rotten state of affairs. I say no, because we're going to have the battle of our lives coming up very soon, just mere months away. The weeks will fly by and you'll be dizzy. They're going to spin by you so fast. Unused, how are you, buddy? Oh, Tectonic, I hear you, buddy. I hear you. It's good to have somebody to pick you up. Turtle, Brad, howdy, howdy. Shanu, yes. Now, I know this is going to be a fun time today because there's weapons I need to use, I need to experiment with. And, of course, I left my phone downstairs somewhere, so I'll have to fly back to the tower if I want to change a weapon. But, as I said earlier, flying to the tower gives me opportunity to run into friends. I know people up here on the tower. I have a nice room here somewhere. I'm sure I do. As many years as I've been playing Destiny 2, chat, I have a room on the tower. I'm sure it's overpriced, but I bet the view is good. Now, I want to get an auto rifle, and the only thing I can really think of would be Amit. Do I have Amit on me? I do like Gnawing Hunger, and I feel like I should have used Gnawing Hunger yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. I cue the music. I can't sing, but in my mind, I'm a rock star. And shout out, speaking of Rockstar, I know they do some fantastic games. We all know them. We love them. But today, it's all about Bungie. Bungie, thank you for creating this spectacular world that is Destiny 2. And the creative minds that came up with Savathun, Oryx, Crota, Keitel, Callus, I want to meet you one day. You're going to come over to the house. We'll have dinner. I'll fix something out of the Destiny recipe book. We'll have something good. Now, is that the only gun that I wanted? I didn't pick up, right? Where's Amit? I may have actually put Amit on a hunter, so I might not even have it. This Revision 0 handles champions. I tried to love on Revision 0. There was no love. There was not a single ounce of love to be had. And people had said, Ransom, you're going to love it. And I thought, oh, I'm going to love it. I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to do a build all about Revision 0. And guess what? No, they were wrong. There was no love affair. There was no spark of interest. There wasn't even I would speed date you for 5 minutes. It was just to put it back in the vault, and I'll probably end up deleting it. Now, what I need here is a really good auto rifle, and I'm having trouble even thinking of an auto rifle that's in the secondary slot, number 2, that I would like enough other than like an Amit, but we're gonna try to find something. machine guns. I've got tons of shotguns. You know, I've got a lot of glaives that I tend not to really use. I'm not a massive glaive user. 720 rounds per minute for Sweet Sorrow. I do have 514 takedowns with this one. Here is Jurassic Green. It's a 23 on impact. This is an 18 on impact versus 23 on impact. Chat, if you're watching this past the live stream and I'm just not thinking of an auto rifle that's good, leave me a comment. I want to be informed the next go round. You know, when I hop on this merry-go-round again, I want to be informed. So if you know of a really good auto rifle that I'm just overlooking, help me out. Fill me in. Leave a comment. Raven the One, hello, buddy. It's good to see you. Thank you for hanging out with me. It seems like I'm loaded down with pulse rifles, submachine guns, hand cannons, bows, fusion rifles. What is the good auto rifle, though? Pulse rifle. I'm beginning to think there's not one. There's not one, or I'm just, have it on a different character. Is Amit it? I feel like Amit might be, my go-to. Maybe that's why Amit gets the love, because there's simply not anything else that we're going to love on, because there's so few that actually are good. And it's just all, pulse rifles. Okay, there's Dark Decider, Volt Shot. I am a fan of Volt Shot. That's an 18, 720 rounds per minute. I've not really used that a lot. I can see from, what was this from? Maybe Iron Banner. Yeah, I see the wolf. Be the wolf. I want his wolves back. Why don't they stand guard on the tower instead of those big, gigantic cabal? We want wolves, and we want them now. I'm beginning to think that I'm just going to have to go back to, I'm going to have to reset my artifact. Sweet Sorrow, is it going to be Sweet Sorrow or Jurassic Green? I think I will go Jurassic Green for now. Sweet Sorrow, it's because Sweet Sorrow is 500 or 720 rounds per minute, and so it hits a lot. Now, let me make sure. Yeah, auto rifle. I definitely could have left pulse rifle on, and I had plenty of them, right? There were plenty of pulse rifles. Let me look at this again and make sure I didn't just, in my mind, change it up to the way I wanted it to be. Let's double check it. It is Barrier and Overload, Arc and Void. So automatically, I've made a mistake. Let's get back to the vault. It's Arc and Void shields. So instead of Jurassic Green, I picked a pulse rifle. See, I thought I was looking at an auto rifle.
The only auto rifle that matters is Rufus's Fury. All other ones suck.
I know, but I want to be able to use Wish Ender. Wish Ender.
Amit.
Oh, you know what? Arc Logic. Arc Logic is not going to be, absolutely horrible. Oh, Arctic Haze. That's actually a good one.
Oh, Arctic Haze is a good one. Yeah, you could do Arctic Haze.
So, right there is two that I definitely overlooked. But Arc Logic, I'm a fan of Arc Logic. Sweet Sorrow, let's see. This is an 18 impact, 720. 18 impact with a 720. This is a 21 impact, a 600. You know what, Guardians? Let's live dangerously. Let's pull this out. Now, I need to put something away. And it's I think, gonna have to be Polaris Lance. Now, let's go over and see if I have something stuck over here in the postal service where I can take this up to 1810. Tectonic, I'm running a few lost sectors, but I'm not going to run them, you know, for too long. Not for too long. At least I don't think I'll run them for too long. So I'm going to use this and take it up because I don't want it in there at 1810.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
So arc logic, this I do believe this came from the moon. And, you know, Eris and I, friends for life, friends forever. She and I, no matter how ugly with hive influence the girl gets, we're still tight. We're still tight. She's Eris underneath all that mess. Do I like this color shader? I do kind of really enjoy this color shader. I always felt like that the moon weapons had good looks. You know, they look good. I'm going to go with Gunmetal Marigold. That's an older one, but I still like it. So, Piercing Sidearms, no. I'm doing Wish Ender. Overload, I'm going to do right here, Arc Logic. And then I feel like I should grab another auto to give me options. I feel like options open up. Sky's the limit when you have options.
Limit.
You know, very long ago, a woman was asked, I will give you anything you want. Anything you want. And she turned and replied and said, I want the horizon. I want the horizon. She stole those words from me. Those were my words. Brad says impact and weapon archetype are mutually exclusive. All 720s are 18. All 600s are 21. The only exception is bequest. And what is bequest for? What does it rate? I don't remember what bequest, what RPMs or anything about it really. So let's see. What would I pull another one out? It would be Arctic Haze. Oh, what about that new one though, Brad? What about the new one that has that mod that drops that makes it fire at like 1,000 RPMs, right? The one I just absorbed. I think it really, with the proper perks, it will spin up like Crazy Town. The Summoners are 621. All 600s are 21. Oh, the sword. Okay, yes. All right, the sword. I knew the sword was like a 72. It's got way better impact. What does Crown Splitter have for impact? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Brad, do you carry this stuff around with you? Or do you have the Destiny wiki open? I feel like a lot of it, it's on you. It's in you. And you have it there with you all the time. I mean, raids. Is there a good auto rifle besides Rufus Fury? Did I pick up Sweet Sorrow? All right. That's enough on those options because I really do like this Lost Sector a lot. I want to go see Varix. Varix and I, we know each other, right? We ran with some of the same people. Back in the day, I was a regular on the Reef. I did visit the Reef a lot. Varix and I, we bumped into each other. He always had interest in my ship. I don't know why. Crown Splitter has impact because it's a different frame. It's just so heavy, Brad. Crown Splitter is so heavy. I always think, I want to love Crown Splitter. I want to take it out and be joyous to use it because it's a Titan exclusive, right? But I never do.
Right, yeah.
I don't take Crown Splitter out and like get thrilled with it. I take it out and think, what a rotten sword they burdened us with. Crown Splitter, you're a burden. Be better. Be better.
Be better.
Varix, here you are. Now, can any of this lost sectors? Yeah. I'm not doing a hunt. I did hunts not long ago. Defeat Fallen. This will be Vex. A lot of Vex. But 20 Fallen, I can probably find those lurking around the entrance. Defeat blah, 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 blah. Defeat Vex on Europa with solar damage. We'll try it. A submachine gun. I don't even have one on me. I don't think I have a submachine gun on me. So I don't know. I don't know if I should pick that up. I'm not going to pick it up. I'm leaving it there, Varix. Get me something that works with the lost sector you have chosen to give us. But chat, first and foremost, thank you for hanging out with me. Because as I said earlier, when these journeys become dark and the way forward becomes blighted with evilness, friends can lighten your load. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. Now, I'm going to hit this, and we're going to hit it hard. And we're going to make these Vex moan for mercy. But guess what? We don't have mercy. We're going to give them exactly what they would give us. And we're going to have a real good time doing it. Wishender, how could I ever doubt you? How? How could I doubt you? Stasis Surge, Solar Surge, and they're going to be spewing hatred in the form of arc. Hatred in the form of arc. Oh, Tectonic, I would love it. Oh, Brad, you got 5 breaknecks last week. I think the one I'm thinking about, is it Rosarago or something like that? It's a world drop auto rifle. I'm wondering if it's any good.
It's good. It's just getting one is the issue.
Yeah, Brad, I've had a couple of them fall, and they've all been rotten. They're just,
I've had,
they're
like, 2 of
delete,
them
delete,
throughout this
delete.
entire season.
Wow, what do I want to do here? I still like Crux Termination. I know Crux has its detractors. It's never going to be Homecoming Queen. It's not even going to be Corncob Queen. But I still like Crux Termination. Now, these are Vex, so I don't need Taken Spec. Let's get this off of here. And I want to be able to knock down any of those champions. So let's do Major. And then, does this have... I put a color shader on it that I kind of like. And then I think I have an ornament on Wishender. I do. I like this wood one. I think I'm gonna go this artisanal looking, crafted by hand by the guy down on the corner, who's got a big comfy chair and a sharp knife. He whittles a lot. He's a whittler. And I'm gonna do that. I kind of feel like this needs a new day, new color shader. A new day, a new color shader. I've been trying to focus on going back further into my color shaders, but it seems like the further I go back, the less I like them. And I will say the reason why is, oh wow, I ran that for a little while yesterday. I don't know what I was thinking. But when you go back further, Okay, I just will say it. We'll put it on digital. Oh, when D2 initially launched, we had some of the most heinous, unforgivably ugly ornaments known to man. I mean, they really all were rotten. And guess what? We still have them. They're still there. They've never been fine-tuned. But we get new color shaders. I want it to rain new color shaders all day long. Just all day long. Now, wait a minute. Did I get the arc resistance on this? I got strand, and I need really to do arc on this. I'm not using strand. I am using... Wow, those are a lot more expensive. Arc reserves, and then I have a 1 that I can't use. Alright, so, you know, you win some, you lose some. Now, this color shader actually made my fur very mismatched. I don't want my fur mismatched, so color shader. Make my fur all the same color. Let's go in. Let's go in. Brad, what level did you make it in? What level have you made it inside of PAL World?
Right now I'm at, I think, 23.
23. I'm like a 9 or a 10. And I was feeling really good about it. EXO was in chat today when I was streaming PAL World. And he's a 43. So EXO had been playing, I guess, for a while. I didn't know he was playing because he plays Destiny so much. He had a lot of time to be able to get that high up, I'm sure. Because what does PAL World top out at? 50?
I think the cap's 50.
Is she gone already? That's what Wishender did to her.
It's an 18 gigabyte update.
You know, Arc Logic, it's not your grandfather's auto rifle. I'm like, it's smooth. Look how smooth it is. It has an efficiency. I'm liking it. I had to do it, Chad. I had to do it. He came after me with a vengeance. It was like Jason Voorhees. All right, let's get that old guy. Is there another one over here hiding out? Get out from behind there. Who are you trying to laser beam? There's nobody back there. I'm in your face. Havoc says, I'm 38 and I've played it. That's even with an XP multiplier. When did it come out? Because they said, EXO said it had made like $165 million its first day.
Yeah, it came out, I think, the 19th, so like 6 days ago.
Wow. Wow. I jumped on that bandwagon pretty quick. I normally wait till it's staled before I say, okay, I'll jump in.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till like reviews came out for it and all that, but some friends were like, dude, we should try it, and I was like, alright. And I ended up liking it.
Now, I let that old boy get me. I should have turned, faced him, and put a shield down. But I'm warming up. I'm warming up. This super does absolutely nothing. Nothing was done. But a rocket launcher in his face, and he knew the party was good one. He knew the party was a good one. But he got me, so I will have to do this again, Tectonic. I'll have to do it again, buddy. You know, I don't quit till I go through this thing deathless. That's the goal. That is the goal. Now, we know that, you know, somewhere down here, Clovis Bray hides. He hides down here, and I have to wonder, like, why don't we send a mission after Clovis Bray? I feel like there should be a mission, seek and destroy Clovis Bray. He's violent, unhinged. And I feel like we can't allow that. There's too many, we have too many citizens in the last city to allow Clovis Bray to just be loose. It's amazing to me that he can spew hatred around the column, but, you know, I can't. Where's my weapons that bend and loop around? You know, for a very long time, the Fallen, they've had those crazy town bullets that just go around everything. I need a gun with crazy town bullets. I can hear what you're saying though. Ransom, Osteostriga. Oh, they may vary from a straight path by 5 to 8 degrees, but nothing like what we see the Fallen have.
So you got final warning.
Final warning. Final warning.
It's the sidearm from Neomuna.
Oh gosh. Brad, I've blocked out anything from Neomuna.
Yeah, no, don't blame me.
But I would look at the sidearm. I'm sure I have saved one, or maybe I've thought I don't need to save one. Where did that guy go? Oh, I know what he's doing. He's like, come over here, the wyvern's here.
I guess there's also Truth, the rocket launcher. It's got some tracking, still not as much as the like Vandal snipers or whatever.
Wow, she got me. It's on now. It's on. Here I am. I was thinking this was a lot easier, and now I'm realizing they've got wyverns in here. They've got wyverns. So I'm going to have to come in here, and I'm going to have to be a little bit more cautious. And I don't need to get in their face. As much as I want to just get right up in their face, that's really not what's best here. You know, I need to just have a little caution, stay back, and follow my own rules of engagement. And my rules of engagement are take their friends out first. Now see, his friend is going to try to stomp around and get me. See that? Wish Ender one hit him though. And I had a finisher there. I kind of just want to run back here since they've killed me already and the pressure's off. Just run back here and do this. Oh, poor Vexy. And I got that. I got that. Now, silver. But I didn't think if they didn't spawn in, but I guess there was the opportunity for them to spawn in.
Was that a legend or master?
This was master.
Oh yeah, so there's a couple barrier champions that spawn after the boss dies.
Oh, I see them over there. I see them. I shouldn't have opened the chest. Infamous, I need enhancement cores. I spent a bunch yesterday. But I'm going to go back in there and do better. Look at that, would you? Look at that. Arc Logic is better impact. You know, it's 120 rounds down, but I like the 21 impact, and I'm fine with 600 rounds per minute. Range is 48. Sweet Sorrow's at 23. That's substantial. So I do feel like Arc Logic is a good way to go here. It is a good way. Now, this arc damage resistance, maybe if I'd have had another one of those on instead of reserves. Let's get that built up a little bit. And I know ultimately I could go with something that has more impact. I know more impact is better. I could definitely do something there. Let me let my kitty cat in. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We've got more of this because they took me down and I'm going back in to get them. I'll be right back. Thank you, chat. If you have kitty cats, you understand when they want out right now. And when they want in right now. So am I happy with this? I think I am happy with this. You know, I definitely, Mask of the Quiet One, could that be a weak spot? Maybe. Let's get that altered. And then let's go over here to, of course, you know, Armatarium. I love it. I love it. I need more of it. Now, I have messed up my color shader. Was this the one? I think I'm going to stick with this. This is Polished Sea Stones. Show me your stones. Your polished sea stones. All right, we're going to go back in here, and I'm going to be a little bit more cautious. A little bit more. Now, Stasis, Solar. Stasis and Solar. Oh, man. Should I? You know, I did Stasis yesterday, and it just never feels as powerful. But I did love Wicked Implement. Will Wicked Implement do a thing here?
It would overload, but you'd have to get
headshots and freeze them, or you know that critical hit. Barrier champions.
Then again, if you got a rocket launcher, you'll have overload.
Man, I do like Wicked Implement, and we could do a slow burn through this lost sector. Just eat them alive with stasis.
You would need a barrier option for your energy weapon.
Oh, and that's a sidearm. Indebted kindness. Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh. But you know what happens when I use indebted kindness? I find that I'm often out of ammo. Let's take a look at this. I have a heavy ammo finder on. I don't know that I'm going to be doing a lot of melees. Am I going to be doing a lot of melees? I don't know that I am. Create an orb of power, and I'm solo. Rapid kinetic foe. I'm going to do that. And really, you know, I don't know. Would this still keep me? Yeah. And then would I have something to do here? Yeah. Okay. This still works. For kinetic weapons. Yeah. I want that. You know, I don't want to be stuck with the same thing all the time. And yet, I know I'm stuck with the same thing. I want to go back in on Master. Chat, thank you guys for hanging out with me. You know, it's so good to be back inside of Destiny 2. It's so good to be hanging out with all of the guys that are inside of the Discord chat. If you're not a member of a Discord, or you need to join another one, or you just want to come in and chat with me, join up and come in and chat. We can have good times. She's vile. You're vile, ma'am. You're vile. And she's made out of, you know, she's a 486 processor. She barely could turn the air conditioning on in your car. That's what she is. Dated and slow. But having said that, she still can pack a punch. I did just freeze her. Now, this makes me kind of want to come in with a stasis setup. Well, kinda. I mean, not really. I just don't feel like stasis has what it needs to have to be a player. And this nightclub is filled with hotness. And if you plan on having any type of fun, you got to be a top-notch player. That's what Destiny is. You got to be a player in this world. And she's not. She's running a slow processor. I really wanted to freeze her. I did want to freeze her again. Let's reload. The good thing is I did have some ammo drop. Holy cow! Where's he at? I mean, what did he die? I saw a finisher over his head. Crux termination. You're a superstar. Cue the music. Wow, I don't know that I've ever seen this weapon perform at that level. Chad, are you seeing this? Can you believe your eyes?
Oh yeah, that sidearm is like really nice for that lost sector, since a lot of stuff has like arc shields.
Brad, it like toasted them right where they stood. All I need is some butter, and we've got breakfast because toast is ready. The toast is ready. I don't know that I've ever seen it work that well. Volt Shot absolutely lit them up. It lit them up. It was like Paris on the 4th of July. You know, they celebrate because we're friends. We're friends. Actually, they celebrate every night over there because they're friends with the world. Tourism. It makes the world go round. All right, now I want to get the rest of these. Wow. Wow. Thank you to the leader of Destiny, Bungie, because I know that he got wiped out by an overload. I think in this very lost sector. I think an overload just simply slammed down on him.
Yeah, he was getting beat in the bunker lost sector.
Yeah, and we got overload rocket launchers, and they're wickedly nasty. Indebted kindness. If you don't have it, take the journey right now. Pick up your ship, head out, grab it. Warlord's Ruin. It can be yours. Now, here come wyverns. Here they come. .007 says, I don't know if you played with it when it first came out. Arclogic was my fave in PvP. .007, I was there the day we launched the mission against the moon. And I quickly went after every single weapon, searching down those feathers and whatever else. All that miscellanea we had to find to be successful with those weapons. But I did not use it in PvP because I don't use PvP a lot. I don't go in there. I need to be better about it. Maybe I'd have my ship if I would do more PvP. Wow. Wicked Implement. It's a really wonderful thing to behold. This one's smarter. This is a step up from the 486. This might be a Gen 1 Intel processor on that little one right there. Because watch him. He knows I'm right here. Oh, indebted kindness. Now, did I leave some ammo back here? I just want to make sure it's filled up. And I thought I left a few bricks here. I did. Chat, how long did the green bricks lie around? Would they lay here and wait?
Yeah, they'll stay there.
I know the heavy ones definitely do. And you think the green ones will stay the whole time?
Yeah, they stay the whole time.
Tectonic, your TV stops working. Now, wyverns. We know they're here. We know they lie in wait. I'm going to activate this. I'm going to pick up that heavy. What's the deal that they haven't come forward? There's something up there. See it? Champion. Barrier Hobgoblin. Killer of 3 colonies. Now, luckily, these old gals, they don't heal up. You know, these aren't champions. They're just challenging to have to deal with them. Now, Wicked Implement, is this the one they called 500 Voices? Seems like they nicknamed it like 500 Voices because it does make some noise. They're telling me that was a sidearm. She really came all the way down the stairs? She thought she was a pageant queen. You didn't have the heels for it, ma'am, and you failed the swimsuit competition. You were never going to be pageant queen. Although there's a lot of good stairs in here for practice. Listen at it scream. It does a little scream. What was the sidearm, Havoc? What was the sidearm? Which one? No, Devil's Ruin doesn't scream, does it? Knock his socks off. That's all you got to do. Knock their socks off. I always just wish these would pop out a little earlier. They always come a little bit too late. Now, as soon as I walk through, you know what's going to happen. They have phoned ahead, and there is an ambush that awaits. A bushwhack. They're going to try to get me. Now remember, I can take out this boss. You saw me do it earlier. But I can't if I want to do better in here. I don't even know what the exotic might be today. I didn't check it. Because that's not really my goal. It's just to try these different weapons. There was some exotic sidearm, Havoc says, that was similar to 1,000 Voices, and it made that screech. I don't remember. Oh no, I thought it made the sound too. Just the beam. It was just the beam. Oh, now look at this. If I collect stasis shards, it overflows the magazine. You know, I don't remember that. And I know this has headstone, right? Yeah, headstone, but it's not really listed here under perks. That was added. You know, I will have to actually wear some stasis and try to figure out. Oh, I need that ammo. Well, I didn't need that ammo. I was full. It gives a little scream. Wicked Implement definitely gives a little scream. I have never really realized how great... I knew Indebted Kindness was good. You've seen me use it. I have digital proof. I've used it. This is not my first time at the rodeo. But I have never really seen it be so good. Did you? I mean, his head almost fell off. That hit him so hard. Buried bloodline. You could take lessons from your little brother, Buried Bloodline. Now I definitely hit him with that multiple times. Gavin, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you for that. I definitely hit him multiple times. Maybe there was something about him standing so close to the wall. Thank you, chat. Thank you. But I really want to just use Wicked Implement a little bit more. Wow. Wow. How many of you Guardians knew that Wicked Implement was this good? Why? I feel like I'm the only one that didn't know. I didn't know. They'll never know. I just want to go get that right there. Let's pick it up. Cause look at this old boy. Now, was that all of them? Is that all you got, Vex? Is that all you got? I don't need to get too cocky in here because they showed me what for, how to on my first journey. Did I get an exotic? Nothing. I got absolutely nothing that was usable except maybe 3 enhancement cores. What was the exotic out of this whole... Give me more, give me more. Okay, I'm going to get that potted plant. I don't know how these little things have survived here for perhaps hundreds of years. But don't leave the resources behind. Snatch them up. Alright, how many enemies do we have inside? 64. 64. That's not a lot. You know, when you do those lost sectors on the Dreaming City, be prepared for a lot more. This one at 64, you know, you can handle it. Just as you saw me on my second go there, take your time. Weapon selection, I really liked Wicked Implement. I just hit 1,000 kills with Wicked Implement. That's cause for celebration. Party at my room on the tower. Party at my room on the tower. I've hit 1,000 kills on Wicked Implement. Who'da thunk it? Because just, you know, a few weeks back, I had looked at it and thought, it's pretty. It's pretty. But I never really wanted to pull it out. And then I thought, well, the season is long. And I need to start thinking about doing some other weapons. I need to branch out. I need to be a tree, grow new branches. Now, I want to go with Thorn. Player, I have a place there, Havoc. I've got my picture in front of the door. I made it there once. I made it there. I couldn't get in. I must have been behind on my rent payment, but I found my apartment. I claimed it anyway. Thorn. I want to use Thorn. Unstoppable. I don't know that there's anything right now. I've done the Grand Master. You know, I've been there. I've completed it multiple times. I ran it just a couple of nights ago with XO and Q. And those Guardians are so proficient at what they do, pushing back the darkness, that we just made that seem like ice cream on Sunday afternoon. You know, it was a tasty treat. A tasty treat. Now, did I get everything here? Kinda. Complete lost sectors, I'm only at 67%, and I did 2 of those at 1840. What's a Guardian got to do to make sure those are completed? Now, Thorn, that's the first time I've shot Thorn since the Dark Ages. And that kind of made me feel like it was Lumina because it left behind a smoke ring. Let's take a look at Thorn. There's something over there in the snow. I can feel an evil presence, an icy finger. Maybe that's just the wind here on Europa, but something's amiss. Now, didn't they cut down on the range on Thorn? Did these track? It was nerfed, wasn't it? Or was it kind of one way, part one, part another?
They buffed it with the catalyst, but then it was like way too good, I guess, and they decided to get it back a little bit.
Yeah. So maybe I should have used Thorn, you know, a couple of months ago. But I did use it way back when. 764 kills right now. But Malfeasance is so good. So good. I kind of think that I would like to go, you know, somewhere again and try Indebted Kindness again. I've got 1,544 takedowns with this version, this one. And I've got a couple of these in the vault. And I think I have this on my Hunter because there is an exotic on the Hunter that, you know, your sidearms are better. And then Lucky Pants, does it make hand cannons better?
Significantly better.
Yeah. So these really have, they deserve to be on a Hunter. They deserve to be on a Hunter. Yesterday, I used Warden's Law. I got 3 kills with it. I wanted to love it because adept weapons, I feel like I should love them. I don't know that I really loved it. I mean, I didn't love it. I took 3 kills and decided to swap it up for something else. I did custom make Bump in the Night. But I like this Bump in the Night that just fell in the real world for me. Tracking module, chain reaction. I built this one with tracking module and chill clip. Bump in the Night. I'm not in love with that thing. I'm absolutely not in love. Does this have a fur collar? Yes, this has a fur collar. Will it coordinate with the faux fur, friend to the animals? Does this coordinate? That looks like beaver fur. That looks like the northern territories of Russia beaver fur. I would like for it to match what I'm wearing right now. Maybe it's not going to. The fur is staying black no matter what color shader I use. Well, it turned red right there. But there was one ghost shell that I wanted, and it was Hairball. Now, I do have the Horus shell that matches the one ship that I currently want, that I've been wanting since Season 17, the Hushed Shrinks, and it has remained elusive. This shell, I might have to wear this for Valentine's Day, even though I do have the heart shell. You see it here. I keep this in anticipation of Valentine's Day. And on February the 1st, chat, remind me to wear this. This is the empathic shell. I do need to throw it on. I need to throw it on. Walter says, I love reconstruction, bait and switch, crafted Apex. I have incandescent and explosive light. You like reconstruction, bait and switch. You know, you could probably use several of these are good enough that you could have, you know, a couple of more of them hanging around. I put a color shader on that. This is the Nightfall Memento. What does the Nightfall Memento look like? Some of those earnable mementos, they're not really my favorites. The one that I really liked made everything look all black, and it came from the Halloween event. And I didn't earn enough of them, and I ended up deleting a weapon. Maybe more than one weapon that had that memento on it. Something's wrong that I can't preview that. All right, so what do we... Oh, heavy. Guardians, chat, if you ever see me like run halfway across the map, it's because I spotted a heavy brick. And having, you know, cut my teeth inside of D1, you run for a heavy brick. That's just all there was to it. You know, ammo was so sparse that when you finally did see one, you didn't leave it lying. You ran across the battlefield to pick it up. That's why you'll see a lot of folks really, really love shoot to loot. Because we know, we've been there. We came up through the ranks the old-fashioned way. And by that, I mean we didn't have ammo. Now, somebody just shot out my stasis crystals. Echo somebody. Okay, here's another potted plant. Let's pick it up. Resources. There's Echo. He's a hunter with a bow and arrow. So, you know, he feels like he rules this place. He's here in his native habitat, running around in the cold with a sword on. You go get him, hunter. Go get him. But they're the other way. You're running toward Varix. You'll find nothing over there. Potted plant. So, what would I like? And then there's more heavy? Now, I am going to go into space. And I'm going to see, does anybody want to hang out? Tectonic has made a request. Several times, Tectonic. I'm not ignoring you. I've seen all those. Wicked Implement. Man, oh man. And listen at it. It makes the little, you know, it's got a little screech. There's a baby screech in here. All right, I am going to go to space. And I'm going to join up. Let me go social. Social, public. I like being social, except if I'm doing something where I need to be solo. And that happens on occasion, not, you know, super often, but I like those lost sectors just to try to run them solo to see if I can get anything. Now, the coffee's done. That last sip was cold, but still tasty. It was still tasty. I like iced coffee if there's a lot of sugar and, you know, a rich cream in it. I am joined by Tectonic, who got a fantastic emblem color shader on. I am joined by Dwight, who's an expert at sparrow drifting. Dwight, what's it called? What's it called, buddy? You fly the sparrows through the world of Destiny. without stopping and without coming down to the ground.
Infinite slipstreaming, I think, is what you're talking about.
Yeah, slip streaming. He's a slip streamer. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping. Something like that. Cue the music. Let's take a look at Tectonic. Tectonic is a Titan XO. Now, I usually feel like that Tectonic is on a hunter, but Tectonic, you spent time on this, buddy. I know you did. I know you cannot deny it. When you were this put together, you spent time in the closet. That's what you did. And your color shader selection, you worked them to get this to look this way. Hats off to you. He is using Pardon Our Dust and Tiku's Divination along with the other half. The exotic piece is the Titan staple, Syntheseps. Show them what the light can do, Tectonic. Give them no mercy. Now, let's take a look at Dwight. Dwight is a Warlock Awoken, running Dawnblade, Heritage Shotgun, Sunshot, and, of course, the other half. Working with the Empathic Shell, we all, when it comes around, pop this in. Dwight's in the spirit a little bit early. Love your fellow Guardian. Get those revives. He is using Sun Bracers and has a really phenomenal lineup of stats here. A 101 Resilience, a 103 Recovery, and a 101 Discipline. Hats off to you, Dwight. You look good, buddy. Show them no mercy. Now, let's warm up with a strike. I normally really like to warm up with strikes, and as you can see, I've done very few of them. We're going to go in. This is Vanguard Operations, also known as strikes. Boisterous Dave, hello, buddy. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate that note you sent me. Thank you so much for that, Boisterous Dave. Thank you, thank you. Tectonic. Tectonic never really has an ability to chat. And he's an excellent chatter. Tectonic is a good chatter, but he never hardly really chats. Chat it up. There's a song, I think it's Strike It Up, but we could change a few of the words and make it work. Make it work. Now, I'm flying in. I am flying. This is a big ship. Jump aboard. Take the ride with me. I promise you'll like it. You will like it. We will eventually reach the destination. Now, I haven't flown 1,000 wings in a while. I'm going to put it on. Oh, I like this one. I like this one.
The vanguard sends forth its champions. The challenge is met.
This is back before we knew that, Keitel was trustworthy. We learned more about her, and we grew to know that Keitel could be taken for her word. For a very long time, I felt like Keitel was going to meet her end in the battle against her father. I felt like Callus had been so corrupted by the evil vileness that is the Witness. I thought that maybe he would, do away with his own daughter, or that we would come down to that type of situation where we knew that something had to give, and that maybe I even imagined this. I thought maybe Callus, seeing that the Witness is going to destroy his daughter, maybe he will actually sacrifice himself in order to save her. nothing that heroic really happened. Callus. Now, the experts tell us Callus he's gone. He's gone. I don't believe it. I don't care what the diary entry said. I don't care what the Book of Thieves said. Wherever it shows up, I simply don't believe it. Callus grew fat with pride. He ate the mountains, he drank the sea, and he just was really smart to have made it for as long as he did and be that powerful and rule the Cabal Empire. And let's just say it out loud. The Cabal Empire was far-reaching. They destroyed civilization after civilization. They consumed worlds. They had the Leviathan. And Callus wasn't born yesterday. He climbed his way to the top. He was there. Did he go in and face guardians that he knew full well had the capability to knock him out and give him an extra large to-go box? A family bucket, you might say, with a nail in the lid? He didn't come face us. That was a clone. It was a clone. Oh, Wicked Implement. I have really, really started liking scout rifles. Probably, 100, 200 years ago in the game. Maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago in the real world. Because there was a very long time. You couldn't give me a scout rifle. Like, don't give me a slow firing, lethargic feeling, additional word of the day, lethargic, scout rifle. I didn't want it. But as time wore on, and I grew to appreciate the subtleties, the impact, the ability to be far-reaching, I said, you know what, Ransom, revisit scout rifles. You could really come to enjoy them. And through the years, I've done just that. I have grown to appreciate and love a good scout rifle in the grips, of my exo hand. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And you may have gone on that same journey that I went on. You too may join in with a scout rifle and say, this is the love I've been waiting for. Scout rifles. What the heck? What was that? I hope I haven't pulled out the cord on my controller, because I'm on wired with my computer. I'm not on, remote. I probably need to go. I need to get out from behind my setup and go look at getting a controller that maybe has Bluetooth built in. But most of those are dongles. They're dongles. Oh, I was devastated, Dave. Not only was I a fan inside the game, I was a fan of a lot of other of his projects. Specifically Bosch on Prime. If you've ever watched Bosch, excellent series that he was, played a supporting role in. Really excellent in that. Just so many of those parts that he played that I really loved. So I was devastated, and it was a shock because he wasn't really of an age where that was something that was expected. And I might be mistaken, but did the voice actor for Saint 14 also pass on? No, Saint 14 and Zavala weren't the same. Oh, boisterous. Yeah, it devastated a lot of folks inside the Destiny community. I know the people at Bungie had to be just saddened, super saddened. Because the world wept, really, when you lose a talent like that that's so well known. Oh, this little thing starts screaming when you get those headshots and that freeze ray takes place. Oh, okay, he's still alive. Good. I was wondering about it. I wondered about that.
My warriors do not die easily. They fight because I gave them their freedom.
Imagine if you would have given them hope. Zavala, so smart with his words that he used to verbally spar with Keitel. You know, they never came to physical blows, but Zavala, he had the wit. He had the wit. Now, if you shoot these little nasty orbs out, these little fireballs, you can definitely get a lot of damage out of the way before it really hits you. Reloading, reloading. Now, I know you're saying, Ransom, use your rocket launcher. But that would deny me the pleasure of getting to use Wicked Implement. And this is just a strike. You know, I'd like a few of them to spawn. Alright, let's get this old gal out of here. You had your opportunity. Time's a wasting. Now I get an exotic. I'll take it. I'll take an exotic whenever one drops. It's not like I can send it back.
The right of proving. I am bound to our agreement.
Your champion fought with honor, and you accept defeat in the same way.
She accepted defeat. Smell defeat. All right, now that was a fun time. Let's be sure to give commendations. How did I do? 41. I was on fire. Dwight with 116 and 47,000 points of damage. Dwight, you did fantastic, buddy. You shined. You're shiny. Dwight is with Clan Swift Song. Swift Song. All right, now we're going to go into another one. I usually like to run these in threes. I like to run them in threes. Do I want to change up here? I kind of do. You know, I want to use Thorn a little bit. Let's see what Thorn can do. I like the Abyss Defiant. Now, but my favorite setup, I don't have it on, and I do need to put it on at some point. So at some point, I will put it on.
Hello?
Tectonic, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing alright.
Are you home? Did your sister come and pick you up?
We're not strangers.
Yeah. I'm home.
You know, Tectonic, way back when, my nephew had come to live with me, and I was responsible for picking him up, and I got busy with some projects, and I looked at my watch, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, it's like 4:20. It's like 4:20 and 4:25. You know, I was supposed to get him at 10 after 3. And I was like, no way. I have forgotten to pick my nephew up. And I had to hit the car. You know, I left my project and just hit the car and went to pick him up. And I was like, oh, I am so sorry for leaving you sitting here. And he said, well, you know, I was just hanging out with friends. He said, you know, there's parents that don't, you know, get here till right after 5. So I didn't feel as bad about it because he was kind of like sitting outside the school, you know, in the pickup zone. I don't even know, you know, what made me just totally forget about it. I just forgot about it.
I don't know why, but the speaker isn't I can't turn the speaker on in this specific chat for some reason. I don't know why that is.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean.
Like speaker to have it like talk louder, it like hear noises, like hear the chat louder out loud without earbuds.
I don't know, Tectonic. I know there's PS4. I don't remember, but can't you adjust the sound, you know, individually in that?
But it's not on PS4. The thing is, it's like
It's in Discord. You're saying you can't hear it?
I can hear you, but it's like it's harder to hear, and I don't know why.
I think you would have to turn me up inside of Discord. I think Discord, you know, now Havoc will know and Brad will know more about it than I do, but can't you individually select chat inside of Discord and either increase or decrease the volume?
Here we are again, cleaning up another of Clovis
Pop.
Bay's messes.
I want to see if it works.
I'm sure wherever he is, he's laughing at us. He's the reason all this is here in the first place.
There's definitely something in there that does that.
It's his fault that Flex.
Or maybe, you know, it's my computer where you can do that. I don't know.
I could to help.
But I've had that problem before where I could not hear someone and chat.
Any amount is enough.
And
More than most.
Havoc, you know, will adjust it.
Light.
Q is playing
to-
Pal World. Go get
One
them,
second.
Q.
I'm
Go
gonna try.
get them.
I'm gonna try and figure it out.
I tried to give Tectonic the verified member role, and it says that I'm quarantined now.
I'm barely able to figure out how to find chat and turn chat on and off.
I'm quarantined too. What the frick?
Havoc says he will fix it. Dwight, I've been playing Pal World. I've had 2 sessions in there. I'm a level 9. I'm a 9 in a 50 world, but I'm feeling better about it. Now today, chat, it was pretty tragic. Okay, something big and monstrous took me down. I don't even remember what it was called, but it was big and fluffy looking. And Havoc said, "Oh, it won't hurt you, just don't be aggressive." That monster turned on me and struck me down where I stood. It was frightening. I was traumatized. I still haven't gotten over it. I had to go take a nap. That's how bad it was. And I do have that up. I do have that up. So what I'm saying is there's video proof of how bad it was. And then I told the team, you know, there's a lot of Coterie of Arms members that play in there. I did tell the team, like, let's go back and get him. The big fluffy monster must die. And they all said, no, that monster was a big fluffy 38 and you're never going to be able to do a thing with it. You're a 9. But what did I do? I slowly worked my way back over there, just, you know, a little at a time. I worked my way back over there and thought I'll hide in the trees. I'll stealth. It can be your friend. Stealth. And I thought I'd be stealthy. I hid in the trees. And guess what? The big old fluff monster came stomping over to me. I was shooting arrows as hard as I could. I got 2 points of damage, like not, you know, anything major, just like 1-2 points of damage out of possibly tens of thousands. And he killed me again. I think the monster destroyed me like 3 times. Now, will I let that deter me? No, I will not be deterred. Because I will go back. I will go back and get that fluffy monster. It was so cute and looked friendly from afar. Little did I know, it can pull down hurricanes, tornadoes. It can spew fire, explosive bullets. It had an arsenal at its disposal that I was simply unprepared for. I'm just a lowly hunter-gatherer in a very violent world that is PAL world. I'm a hunter-gatherer. I can't deal with that type of monster.
How are you, Ransom?
Good, Tectonic. I'm good, buddy. We're getting them. Now, Tectonic, are you gonna start playing PAL World?
$30 seems a lot. I don't know if that's an investment I'm willing to make so soon. But
yeah, and it's new. It is new. Brad was just mentioning, you know, it's basically a few days. It's just a few days out on the market, really, as far as games go. I mean, Destiny's been out for 10 years. PAL World has been out, you know, I don't even think it's been out for 10 days, has it?
Yeah, probably not. I only heard about PAL World until like Havoc said something about PAL World. I thought the new game everybody was going crazy over was Lethal Company, and probably still is, but like I didn't know there was another one.
I think Lethal Company, when PAL World came through, like Lethal Company kind of went the way of the dodo bird. I was looking at Steam, and there was almost no one playing Lethal Company. Everybody was on PAL World. Like hundreds of thousands of people were on PAL World.
They'll go back as soon as they get as bored as soon as the game gets as dry as the Sahara Desert. So.
You know, I don't know because people are investing and building fortresses. Havoc and K-Fizz and Speakeasy Bob are building a phenomenal fortress. We have the ability to manufacture clothing, weaponry. We will form a hunting party. Now we have our own. We have our own server. How many people are playing it? There's over 1 million people playing it right now. Right now. And then I saw Astacross today posted a video saying he was absolutely hooked on Pal World, and that kind of, when people see that from Astacross, there will be boatloads of gamers that will dive in and start, bringing their own fort up. Gather that wood, punch, hit, gather, create your weaponry, get your gear. I even have a hang glider. I can fly off the mountains. Now, my teammates have special pals that can fly and zoom around the map, but I am an explorer. And I have put my bow and arrow on. I do have a gun as backup. I failed to use it. I failed to use my weaponry. I wanted to give the fluffy little looking creature a fighting chance. Little did I realize it had an arsenal far beyond my abilities. But I went in thinking, this is cuteness, it's fluffiness, all is good. Now, Exo came into chat at a level 43 and said, no, this is really gets rough. They're going to come for you when you start getting to the higher levels.
I'll be back in like a little bit. I gotta do something. I'll probably be back in like.
You'll be desperate to prove herself.
All right, thank you, Tectonic. Thank you, buddy.
Have a good one, Tectonic.
Disgraced?
But I want to be an explorer. I want to be an adventurer. I've been a warrior of the light for a long time. And I was telling, K-Fizz, Havoc, and Speakeasy Bob, like, I want to casually explore the map. I want to find treasure chests. I want lumps of gold. I want fluffy animals that breathe fire not at me, but for me. I want a breathing fire for me, not at me. So I have goals, but my main goal is to go back and take that creature of the dark. I need a new fur coat's what I'm saying. I need a new fur coat, and that thing is better than any I've seen. I will be wearing it before I spend too many more days in that game. That pal is going to make a really lovely fur collar on my next get-up. And by get up, I mean outfit. I grew up in the mountains. We grew up saying, I reckon it'll be all right if you go. I reckon he done left an hour ago. Yeah, that's what I grew up saying. I speak my native tongue. I don't speak it outside of my native region because nobody will know what I'm talking about. But I need to learn the lingo of Pal World so I can be proficient. Puma, how did you get in here, buddy? How did you get in here? I thought Brad was coming in. He must have really been ready. Thorn, is it worth it? Leave a comment. If you're watching this past the live stream, is Thorn worth it? Does it deserve a spot in my loadout? What am I picking up? They're smoke rings. These were the rage back when I was young. All the cool kids could blow smoke rings. I wasn't one of those kids because I really thought cigarettes were, rank. I still do. I'm that kid. Now, my grandfather, pipe tobacco, different story. You know, I would walk in to visit with them, and he would, you know, have his evening pipe going, and it was just heaven. Like, yes, I will, give me a serving of that, and I want some whipped cream on the side. That's how good that stuff smelled. And I was always a big fan of smelling that pipe tobacco. Witch! I sent your little something your way, ma'am. Catch it. Catch it. You don't want to miss that. Strand ball.
We're close now. She won't
Wait a
escape
minute.
this
Look at that.
Retreat isn't an option for her anymore.
How many times have I come through here and never seen that before?
Worst, Guardian. Navota has no choice but to defeat you.
This is Navoda. We all know her. We all hate her. She has no place in the pantheon of evil and vile enemies. She's not what she needs to be to put fear into our hearts. I mean, how many times have you run through here, Guardians, and had her wiped out before she could move to the final arena? I have been through here many times where we have just really wiped her out. Wipe out! So, no, you're not Omnigul, and you never will be. You may wear the crown, but it's hollow. Those stones are paste. I like to get that little popcorn because you got to watch him. He will get close and then explode in your face. Without warning, without a lick of warning, he will explode in your face. You got to watch out. You got to watch out. Oh, and like that, she fled. Don't go. Please don't go. There's a song. There's a song. When you have malfeasance, can Thorn truly shine? Can Thorn shine when malfeasance is an option? These are questions we need answers to. There he comes again. That little popcorn. And he brought a friend this time. Ogres. Now remember, the Thrall, if given time and enough sources, a Thrall can become a big ogre. It can become a witch, a wizard. You know, you hear me say, a lot of things here. But mainly, these little popcorns, the explosive Thrall, grow up to be everything that we don't like. But, you know, we're never going to be friends with the Hive. I don't think, you know, we might join in the battlefield against the Witness. There could be a meeting of the mind. There will never be really anything where we have a long-term meeting of the mind. It's just not going to happen. There'll never be a long-term meeting of the mind. They're just too different. You know, they're too different. I want to put them all on a big, gigantic ship and give them the one-way ticket back to their home world. Do they still even live on their home world? It seems like all of them are living here on Earth. In this solar system. I don't like it. And I know you don't like it. That is why, Guardians, we have to join forces. Oh, Puma's already gone. Thank you, Puma. You did good, buddy.
You still
88
doing
kills. I'm going to go to space. We're going to pick up Brad. Walter says I should update Pokemon Violet. Beyond the Vanguard? Ooh, yes. I'm going to go in and I'm going to see what I can get. What can I get? Let's run to the tower real quick. And we're going to continue to push back the darkness. Stay with us, Guardians, because I promise before this is over, we're going to take a lot more down. We're going to take a lot more down. Guardians, if you had to pick 3 things that you like about Destiny, what 3 things would they be? Now, Guardians, if you had to pick 3 things that you dislike about Destiny, what 3 things would they be? Comment down below. Leave a comment. I want to hear from you guys because I know there's a lot of people that come in and they hang out and you don't say a whole lot. You know, you observe, you listen, but make your voice heard. Leave a comment. We're flying in because I need to reset my Vanguard rank. And maybe I'll get something good. You know that I am collecting exotic engrams. I like to think that one day I will get a Lorelei Splendor Helm that I'll be happy with. One day I want one I can be happy with. And out of all the years I've been gathering them, all the seasons I've been collecting Lorelei Splendor Helm, I have yet to have a single one that's worthy of being taken out into the battlefield. Not a one. Like the one I have with me right now is the best one I've ever had to drop. And it's not anything that you can show off and be happy with. Okay, now wait a minute. I will lose these if I collect this. These are choices I don't want to make. This is your blonde, beautiful little golden child. And this is the redheads. But these redheads can do a lot of good for you. I need these redheads. I love redheads. And speaking of redheads, I want Alloy to come to life. Sony, give us Horizon Zero Dawn and make it as wonderful as the game was. Forbidden West, yes, it's all good. It is all good. And I want you to really do it justice. And who needs to play Alloy? Who needs to play that part? The girl from the Upside Down from Netflix. What's her name? She is an absolute beautiful redhead. Back in the day, my generation had Molly Ringwald. The current generation has this girl from Stranger Things. Havoc, are you listening? What's her name? Katie? Sadie Sink.
Yeah, Sadie Sink.
Love her. I mean, she is Alloy. There can be no other choice. But I'm keeping an open mind. If you feel there's a better choice than Sadie Sink, who is it? Leave a comment. I want to know. Because I just feel like she was born to play that part. Born to play that part. I feel like I have something I could take up in here and just masterwork and use a few resources. I kind of need to find something that I can masterwork for a hunter or a warlock. Because, why am I keeping that? Oh, it's artifice armor. Okay. Man, oh man. I'm going to have to go out on my hunter and start collecting a few things. That's what I'm going to have to do. Now, I thought I had some. That's a 67, 70. These are masterworked already. I can masterwork this and use some resources. Oh, Walter, you want self-res, icebreaker, and fatebringer. That's the 3 things you love. 3 things you love. Self-res, man, oh man. I am going to tell you that back in D1, Vol ATL, who is my original Fireteam member with Havoc, played Warlock all the time. It was Warlock. Daylight till dark, 7 days a week, Warlock. And self-res, I cannot tell you how many times self-res saved us. Absolutely saved us. And I know when that Siva was out and it was the hot thing, and you know the Iron Lords, and we were battling the good battle, self-res. Oh man, I called it the Thunderdome, but in D1, the Plague Lands, there was some big O event over there. I always like to say Thunderdome, but that's not its official title. You know, I love to say, you know, give things other titles. All right, now I picked that up. I've reset. Let's get back in and do something. Okay, I need one more of these. Let's go in. I like strikes because I like the opportunity for diversity that they give me. I like that opportunity. Brad is an 11 and running a phenomenal emblem. It's really just spectacular, and that is part of Games to Give. Be sure to check that out, Games to Give, for just really, you know, a donation, generosity. You can get points to open up some really spectacular emblems banners. There's even a really phenomenal exotic ship that's available. I need to spend my points. I haven't spent them yet, and I know that ends in February. I like the one that Brad has on, the emblem banner, because it looks like a vintage comic book, and I just really like that, but there are some good looking ones out there. But Sadie Sink, what's she doing right now? I think they're still working on the Upside Down. Stranger Things. I think they're still working on it. You got to get rid of that Thrasher. If you don't get rid of the Thrasher, fellow Guardian, it will get rid of you. One of the most destructive forces on the battlefield, though, not the Thrasher, but the Cabal transport pod, commonly referred to as the TTP, the Turtle Transport Pod. Now, here comes a big turtle as we speak. This is an honored centurion. Bye! Now, for that, they're probably going to drop a turtle transport pod on my head.
Nope, on my head.
But I lived and they got Brad. They took Brad down. We're coming for you, Brad. They can win any battle if they just drop more transport pods. You know how we're supposed to throw more grenades? They need to drop more transport pods.
That's so true.
We can bust every head on the Witness with a couple of well-placed transport pods. Now, why am I still using Thorn? I want to get out of Thorn. Wicked Implement. I think I'm going to just stand back here and pop a few of these. You know, Wicked Implement, it feels faster than what it says. I wonder if this was like shadow adjusted. Look at all the Cabal. Not these mountains, not today, Cabal. Not these mountains and not today. Now, I know there's a big Cabal boss that drops in, and he just arrived. Thank you for dropping in on us, Mr. Colossus. All we want is your weapon. And otherwise, you can get on out of here. Get on out. Alright, I'm going to open the heavy. I have opened the heavy. And chat, you definitely want to tell your fellow teammates that you're opening the heavy, because the crates are timed. You know, they are timed. Wait a minute. There's a few remaining. I'll get them. Wicked Implement. Wicked Implement. But, you know, there's been a few shows that I've seen recently where I felt like they were so perfectly cast. Like Jenna Ortega for Wednesday. There cannot really... And I thought this about the other girl that did the movies. She was in Wednesday with Jenna Ortega. She was really good. What's her name? I thought she couldn't be beat, but then Jenna Ortega came along, and it's like, holy moly, she has just claimed this part for her very own, and I became a fan. Now, I never saw Jenna Ortega in the Scream movies. I need to catch up on the Scream movies because I loved, you know, the first three. But I don't think I saw any after that. I need to really, like, catch up on them. But, you know, Jenna Ortega left the Scream movies. And that she'll be hard to find someone to fill in for her shoes. Because Jenna, yeah, she's all that. Everything you could have hoped for and more. Jenna Ortega. Sadie Sink, same. And I like Millie Bobby Brown, who plays, what, I guess it's 7 or 11. What does she play? Is it 7 or 11? I think she's 11. I'm coming, Dwight. But Millie Bobby Brown, I saw her do a rap on one of the late shows. And Millie Bobby Brown, she threw down. She threw down. She plays 11 Havoc. Yeah, I get, because we had 7 on Star Trek, I guess. But yeah, it was Star Trek where we had 7. 7 of 9. I like sci-fi and I like horror, but I like smart horror. I really like smart horror. And I don't find a lot of smart horror. I find a lot of horror that's just not done well. Like it's horrifying to watch as far as like it's just so poorly written. Writers, if you're writing horror, give older generations like myself, give us something to sink into. Give us super intelligent characters. Way back when, years ago, that Brad Pitt movie, it was smart. It was smart horror. Silence of the Lambs, I saw that at the theater. Friends said, you know, Ransom, let's go see this movie. I had not really read a thing about it. but they got me when they said, you know, it's Jodie Foster. And I thought, oh, well, I like Jodie Foster, so I'll go. So I went with like a group of 10 friends to see Silence of the Lambs. And I know some of you are saying, Silence of the Lambs, I've never even heard of it. It's older, okay? It's older. It's like, what, 1990? So it is older. But it gave us Hannibal Lecter. It gave us Clarice, who was the title character. Jodie Foster played Clarice, but really, Hannibal Lecter stole the show. I found that to be smart horror. When the lights went off in that basement, ooh man, I was absolutely terrified. I think I was breathing hard for Jodie Foster's character. It was just that bad. It was that intense. It was that scary. And can video games give us that same feeling? Maybe. Maybe they can. She's still up? Alright, she's gone now. She's gone. Another exotic? I got another one? I tell you, if I was needing an exotic from a raid and I got those 2 exotics like that, you know, I would have no chance of getting the exotic from the raid. That was a good one, though. I've always enjoyed that. How did we do there? Dwight 139, Brad 102, Ransom 56. I was playing cleanup. I had the cleanup detail. Clean it up. Clean it up. But what are your favorite types of movies? Is there something you're looking forward to this spring and summer? I'm going to say Dune has always captured my imagination. I want to go see Dune. Timothy Chalamet, I mean, he's all right. He's all right. Zendaya, yeah, I like her a lot. You know, Spider-Man. You know, usually if somebody's in a superhero movie and they do a phenomenal job, I become a fan. Zendaya, yeah, she's just phenomenal. Really love her. And I think she's so good. If you haven't seen the first Dune, it is available to stream on Netflix. It was good. And, you know, ultimately, science fiction, fantasy, this whole genre. Oh, this is a good strike, the Light Blade. I'm just hoping, that they do justice with the animated series for Destiny. And who will voice the characters, right? Who's going to voice them? Vanguard says, Ransom, I'm glad you are back to serious business in D2, and the dastardly plot by the Witness to weaken Guardians will soon run its course. Thank you, Vanguards. Thank you. Yeah, they're pulling us all over to Pal World. Not Pal, but Pal. Pal World. Vanguards, how are you, buddy? Are you in the Philippines? Are you in Arizona? Are you somewhere else in the world? What's going on with solar panels? Now, I'd like to have a lot of solar panels. I think it would be so good, and maybe, you know, a plug-up car battery. But having said that, I don't normally drive. Like, I've not driven in, many years, really. Because of where I live, I just prefer not to be driving. It's crazy town. I used to get out on my motorcycles all the time, and I would, bebop off up to the mountains and just have tons of fun. But one day, it's like I pulled my motorcycles into the garage, and I haven't touched them since. They're still sitting in the same place where I pulled them in. And I'm a big fan of motorcycles. I really am. But I think what happened is, you see, here's what happened. There just got to be so many sport utilities, and I just felt like I was going to be crushed. I was going to be crushed. A couple of friends were like ran down by sport utilities, and I just felt like, maybe it's a good time to just park it, shine it, and admire it as I walk through. So that's kind of what I've done. And maybe someday I'll have, a family member that will love motorcycles. Havoc, for about a week, said, yeah, he'd like to, get into motorcycling, and I think it lasted about a week. My controller is disconnected? No. What's going on? Controller. Hang on, chat. Hang on. I would have to use my mouse and keyboard. It's a plan. It's a plan.
It means you gotta practice mouse and keyboard.
It's a plot. It's a plot. Oh, that was absolutely frightening.
Oh, you're fine.
And I just told the technical department, check my controller. I think it was a plot to get me to use mouse and keyboard, because I was using it in Pal World. And I really like my mouse and keyboard in Pal World, because it moves at a pace where I can, like, look at the buttons. Destiny moves at a place where, you try to look at your buttons and the opportunity has gone. It has passed you by. But I'm going to have to get rid of this wire. I think I hit it with my knee. I need my wire.
I can sense light here, though. I just can't see it. Maybe there's a safe path through.
Ugh, Scorn! Screams! Screams all over me! They just keep coming! I'm running. Now, even if I take a bunch of these screams out, there will be more. If you see one, there's 200 behind it. Oh, God, I turned to shoot. I was taken out. How far did it set me back? Oh, no, that's right. It removed Weight of Darkness when I died, I guess, right?
He's an old rival of Oryx, and he's no joke.
Oh, you're in the Philippines for a few more weeks and then back to Arizona. Solar and hydrogen and the new sodium batteries are hot topics. You know, we've got to get something sustainable, and I know we're going to, as the world moves toward lithium, it's just going to be a resource that won't last. Lithium is not going to last. Oh, Vanguards, I would love it, buddy. I would absolutely love it. Now, I'm popping him in the face. I wondered, you know, it should have, like, given a little bit of a freeze. All right, I'm running. I'm running. Running on empty. Running on. But yeah, sustainability, you know, it's definitely something we need. I'm going to pick up these orbs of goodness. These are tasty treats when you're a guardian. Tasty treats. Get that ghost. Leave no ghost behind when it's a traitorous little ghost. Now pick up every orb that you can find. Remember, if you die here, you lose all the orbs. Wow, and we got him. We got him good. Get out of here. Get out of here, Mr. A la Cool. Many of us, many of you, we faced A la Cool when he was the Dark Blade down in the sewer system of... the sewer system of the Dreadnought. That's where he was resigned to, the sewer system. But Vanguard's AZ, yes, absolutely, I would love to, buddy. I would love to. We did that in 9 minutes and 52 seconds. So, yeah, times were good. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more of these. Dwight with 126, Brad with 88, Ransom. That's me, 37. I was on fire. I was on fire. Now remember, this weapon, I'm just, you know, really developing a little relationship with Wicked Implement. This is 180 rounds per minute, but I feel like it shoots better than that. You know, I definitely don't feel like I'm being throttled or restricted. I feel like 180 works for this weapon. So often I will get a scout rifle and a lot of them just feel like, oh, I can't use it. I can't use it. I'm looking at you, high impact scout rifles. If you see an impact of 100, what's it going to fire at? 100 rounds per minute? And when that happens, I am a no. I am a no. And there's a couple of those. There are a couple of those that are very high impact and very slow firing. Well, you know, you can get off 6 bullets by the time that thing gets off 2. And then, really, does it make a difference? Does it make a difference? Oh, Q, I took a nap today after Pal World. I took a nap. When the big fluffy monster destroyed me 3 times, it was nap time. And I just, I went downstairs and thought, okay, I'll have a snack. And what I ended up doing is having a nap. I had a nap. I like this red keep, the scarlet keep, the big tower. But my question has always been, and shall remain, look at the tomb ships. The question will be, how did the Hive get this built right under our nose? Like, this is not some far off planet. This is the moon. This is our backyard. So I've never felt good about it. Like, somebody fell asleep. There needs to be some demotions. And by demotion, you know, I mean, put them on cleanup duty down there underneath the stairs where all those little ghosts appear for Halloween. You know where I'm talking about. There's a lot of ghosts that are underneath the steps where Hawthorne hangs out. Or, as I like to say, my friend Dot. Now, these guys are rocking and rolling. Way back when I originally met Brad, you know, he was a dynamo. He was a dynamo and remains to be this day. And as Brad has gotten older inside the world of Destiny, he has just gotten, you know, he's super knowledgeable. He's super knowledgeable. And that's always, you know, you admire somebody that's so knowledgeable inside the game. And Brad, he's really selfless because he doesn't take the knowledge to the grave with him. He shares it with you. And you're able to shine when you have someone that shares that knowledge with you. You can shine. Brad makes everyone he plays with shiny. And Brad, shout out to you for being that kind of guardian.
Do you feel it as I do, Guardian?
Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. Hatred as powerful as sunshine. Eris and the Rat Man, you guys know who I'm talking about, the Rat Man. They need their own, like, broadcast on the tower. I need an Eris and Drifter broadcast at 6 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that I can tune in and just listen to them chat about the state of everything. You know, Brad, I think he would be, you know, you could moderate Brad. You could moderate and keep them, you know, calm them down if they get too mean to each other. But I do really like their characters, Eris and the Drifter. But they get going at each other. They show no mercy to each other. The game kind of really pulled me in right there in a rough spot. It pulled me in right underneath the fire of one of those shriekers, the big eyeball. You know, we initially thought those were servants of Savathun. And I think they are. Ultimately, you know, aren't they servants of Savathun? I think so. But, you know, speaking of the Queen, we need her back. We really, the game needs Savathun. The better the villain, the better Guardians we can be. And we don't have the big villain right now. We need, you know, we needed somebody to really focus our fire. And I liked Savathun. I like to hate on her. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, there was a TV series called Dallas. And Dallas had a central villain named J.R. Ewing. Now, I'm not talking the remake or the revisit or the watered down Dallas that came out years later. No, I'm talking the main mothership, the series Dallas. And JR was evil, vile, despicable, and stood up for his family when things were rough and tough. Even if he had just been hating on them 5 minutes before, he still, you know, would stand up for them to other folks. But people hated him. People absolutely hated him. And I appreciated that character because it spurred emotion inside of people. Eddie Adams, how are you, buddy? Hello, hello. Emperor Callus, hello to you. Hello, hello. So, Destiny, it is a game where we need that one villain we can all hate on. And we've had villains. You know, we have had villains. We definitely had Callus. We definitely had the Taken King. You know, to some extent, Crota. But Oryx, you know, far outshined because the expansion that came with it was so good. But villains. You know, would Star Wars have reached the heights that it did if not for Darth Vader? I'm going to say that Darth Vader made Star Wars everything that it is. Everything that it is. Now, they try to give us villains. You know, we've had a few. Emperor Palpatine, I'm looking at you. But it was the first and original Star Wars villain, truly, Darth Vader. Wow, look at the heavy. Look at the heavy. Had this been a Grandmaster and I was struggling in here, Eddie, I couldn't have found a piece of heavy on the ground. As a strike, it's laying all over the place. It fell like rain in England. Fell like rain in England.
The Hive must have grander ambitions for the pyramid's influences.
This was no coinky dink.
There is much to discuss.
I will say, when this was hot and it was current, I absolutely loved going out and finding that first pyramid ship. You know, the anticipation of getting inside the pyramid ship and possibly meeting a new enemy species, or meeting a race of people that perhaps didn't want to be evil. You know, I was really thrilled. And chat, then we found out, like, There's nothing there. They're all empty. You know, were the witness and his folks, his people, his race of people, were they at one point, were they all gonna, you know, flow out to the stars in the pyramid ships? You know, were they gonna leave their home planet behind? Is their home planet vacant? I want to know. I need a lot of answers, Bungie. I need a lot of answers. Did everyone decide to group up and become, you know, Mr. Unibrow, the witness? Or are there a few people still on... What's he doing here? Are there a few people on that home planet that said, I don't want to join. I don't want to be unibrow. I don't want to be inside one head. There's no room in there. There's no room.
That's a lot of blight.
You know, Guardian, if you and I were faced with that, would we have that join us attitude? I am thinking no. I am thinking no, we would not. I really feel like if I was given the choice, I would say, no, I'm not gonna be a part of your big party. I don't want to live in one headspace. I want my own headspace. I missed everything around. I didn't get a single hit in. But what are your thoughts, Guardians? Would you join the group? Would you be in that big bunch of followers that they dove right into that single head and became, you know, a unity? Really, we have other species that were that way. You know, take for example Star Trek. You know, the Borg, weren't they that way? You know, it's like join us. So there's precedent there. There's precedent. But nobody wanted to join the Borg and have your ability to be a unique individual stolen from you. The collective mind, one mind. Really, you know, are honeybees and, you know, colonies like ants, did they work that way? I feel like we need an expert. How do they really work? I still feel like bees have the ability to decide what flower to go to. Now, they work for the goodness of, you know, the whole hive. But they still say, you know, what they're going to do. As far as that flower's yellow and that one's pink, and I'm going to the pink ones today. And you can't change my mind. I think that could definitely be the way of things. Ants are the same way, right? I feel like ants probably have that same setup.
When you kick a hornet's nest, surely one of them is bound to be a bit bigger than the rest.
And fleshy with tentacles? Devrim hasn't seen a hornet recently.
Right. Well, out it goes.
Right over here, ma'am. Look this way. Look this way. Look this way. I should be able to just freeze him where he can't do a thing. Frozen. And he's still spewing out hatred. I feel like he worked for Uldra and Sov. Weren't they friends? You know, Uldra and Sov really hung out with some unsavories. Eddie, I am playing on a PC. Normally, I do have played most of my Destiny, hours were played on a console, Xbox and PlayStation. But now I've gone over to a PC. My friend said, join us. And I had the hive mind. I joined. I'm coming, Dwight. Now, Dwight and I met a very long time ago. He came into the channel and said howdy. And I might have even met Dwight through another short form video. I don't remember for sure, but maybe. And I was really appreciative of the fact that Dwight left a comment and said hello to me. You know, when you get a hello, it's a nice thing. Often when you live in a heavily populated, large city, those little nuances can be the difference between light and dark. No, not my controller again. What is going on? Now, I know I've been playing PALs a lot, but I wasn't smashing my controller. And I have, it might be, the wire might be, how the wires always fray. Oh my gosh, I would have to make a trip to like a Best Buy. Ugh, in the real world. Am I ready to brave the real world? Grass and pavement and people. Give up the safety of my, my little... No, not controller, stop it! Why? Why, controller? I'm scared. I'm scared. A gamer with a bad controller, I would have to go over to my... I would have to go over to my mouse and keyboard. And I am telling you, I am not... Another exotic? I got another exotic?
Home is where the taken are, eh?
That's quite amazing.
exotics
That's
now.
quite amazing. What's that?
I'm up to like 5 exotics now from these strikes, at least. They just keep dropping.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? All right, chat. Let's run to the tower because maybe I got something good. I do. Someday I want a Lorelei Splendor Helm. That's a good roll. And I want a Falling Star. Cuirass of the Falling Star. I want a good one of those. So there's things I need from this game. But ultimately, what I want... Now, there's things you need. Okay, you need them. And then there's things you want. And the one thing I want is the Hushed Shrink's ship from Season 17. You've heard me talk about it. You've seen me show it. You've seen my friends fly it. And I have been denied. I just cannot get an approval on that ship dropping. And I'm told it's a 1%. It is a 1% chance. And it only comes from one place. Trials of Osiris, when you make it to the tower, that's where you're going to find it. I'm going to show it in case you're new to the channel and you haven't seen it. Let's look at it so I can just give a little ooh and a ah. Let's go back to season 17. Here it is, the Hushed Shrinks. Ooh, ah. I want it so bad. I just love that thing. I love it. All right. Now, a shout out to Brad for being so phenomenal to join in when Tectonic was pulled away. And shout out to Dwight for hanging out with me through a very long expanse of time. He's come in, supported my channel, said hello to me, and been kind, as all of us Guardians need to be. Get those revives, support each other, help on those quests, get those things done that we need to have done, because very soon you will be pulled up to the front to push back against the darkness, the witness, the minions of the dark, all of those who stand against us and wish to snuff out the power of the light. We're here to say no. Let's do it together. I'm Ransom Rider. This is my favorite game, Destiny 2. Come hang out with me. Leave a comment. Don't be shy. I want to hear from you. Bye. Bye. Thank you, chat. Thank you. It's so good to see each and every one of you. Lark, hello. I'll be back. Because the battles become more intense as we get closer to the day where we will face the witness. Bye.